welcome and felicitate the honorable dignitaries on the dais. I respectfully request Professor Sangeeta Shukla Ma'am, Honorable Vice Chancellor, CCS University, to kindly present a sapling, memento and shawl to our Chief Guest, Professor Sanjay Kumar Sir, Chairman, Agriculture Scientist Recruitment Board, New Delhi. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Our organizing secretary, Professor Jiten Singh, sir, to offer a sapling, memento and shawl to Professor Sangeeta Shukla ma'am, Honorable Vice Chancellor, CCS University.
हाँ थोड़ा गैप रखो।
Thank you, sir. Now I request our sir to present a sapling, memento and shawl to Professor U.C. Lavania, sir, President, Indian Botanical Society. Thank you, sir. Now I respectfully invite Professor S.S. Gaurav, sir, Department of Genetics and Plant Breeding, CCS University, to kindly offer a sapling, memento and shawl to Professor Varsha Nathan, ma'am, Vice President, Indian Botanical Society. Thank you, sir. Now I invite Professor Chaudhary Charan Singh, sir, Dean, Faculty of Agriculture, CCS University, to kindly extend a sapling, memento and shawl to Professor Sheshu Lavania, ma'am, Secretary, Indian Botanical Society. Thank you, sir. Now I request Professor Rahul Kumar, sir, Head, Department of Genetics and Plant Breeding, CCS University, to present a sapling, memento and shawl to Professor Alok Srivastava, sir, Treasurer, Indian Botanical Society. Thank you, sir. Now I invite Dr. Sachin Kumar, sir, from Department of Botany, CCS University, to offer a sapling, memento and shawl to Professor Y. Vimla, ma'am, Chief Editor, Indian Botanical Society. Thank you, sir. Now I request Dr. Nitin Garg to kindly present a sapling memento and shawl to Professor Jiten Singh sir, Organizing Secretary of the conference. Now I request Dr. Amardeep Singh, Department of State Science and Technology, to extend sapling memento and shawl to Professor Pankaj Kumar. Thank you, sir. Thank you all for doing the honors. Now I Secretary and Head of the Department of Microbiology for a welcome address. Please, sir.
Good morning, everyone. It gives immense pleasure to welcome you all to the inaugural function of this prestigious international conference at Chaudhary Charan Singh University, Meerut. As the organizing secretary, I am truly honored to stand before such a distinguished gathering. I extend my warmest greeting to all esteemed dignitaries, participants and guests who have joined us today. I would like to begin acknowledging the incredible individuals seated on the dais who have taken time out of their busy schedule to be with us and share their valuable insights. First and foremost, I offer my heartfelt thanks to Professor Sangeeta Shukla Madam, our Honorable Vice Chancellor and patron of this conference. Professor Shukla, your visionary leadership and a commitment to academic excellence have been instrumental in transforming CCS University into a hub of research and innovation. We are truly grateful for your unwavering support, for gracing us with your presence today. Thank you for being a constant source of inspiration for all of us. Next, I would like to extend my warm thanks to Professor K.K. Singh, Vice Chancellor, Sardar Patel University of Agricultural Technology, Meerut, as a patron of this conference. Professor Singh sir, your valuable contribution of agriculture sciences have earned you immense respect in the academic world. Your dedication to improving education and research in agriculture has had a profound impact. We are deeply honored to have you with us in this conference. And I thank for you for your valuable presence during the conference. I am also deeply honored to welcome Professor Sanjay Kumar, Chairman of ASRB, New Delhi, who is chief guest today. Professor Kumar, your work in advancing agriculture, research and policy is truly exemplary. You have been at the forefront of shaping the future of agriculture research in India, and your presence here today adds great value to this conference. We sincerely thank you for joining us and sharing your wisdom, sir. We are equally fortunate to have with us Professor A.K. Tyagi sir from Department of Plant Microbiology at Delhi University as our guest. Professor Tyagi, you are pioneering in this world and invaluable, and we are delighted to have you here. Thank you for being a part of this important conference. Our special thanks goes to Professor U.C. Lavania sir, President of Indian Botanical Society and INSA Senior Scientist at NBRI Lucknow. Professor Lavania sir, your distinguished career and groundbreaking work in medicinal and aromatic plants have had a lasting impact on the scientific community. We are truly privileged to have you with us today, and we are grateful for your valuable time and contribution to this conference. Sir, I also extend a warm welcome to Professor Sesu Lavania, Secretary of this Indian Botanical Society, and CSR Emeritus Professor at University of Lucknow. Professor Lavanya, your significant contribution to botany and plant science are well recognized, and it is honor to have you here with us. Thank you for your continued dedication to advancing sincere and for taking the time to be with us. We are also pleased to welcome Professor Alok Srivastava, Treasurer of Indian Botanical Society. Professor Srivastava, your leadership and expertise in the plant science have enriched the academic community. With this, I also welcome Professor Sapore sir and Professor P.K. Gupta sir for their kind presence during the conference, this conference, and they will be enriching us with their academic experience, and we are fortunate to hear you have here today. Thank you for your presence, sir. I would like to offer a special heartfelt welcome to Professor Y. Bimla ma'am, Chief Editor of this Indian Botanical Society. Professor Bimla, your extensive contribution in the field of botany over the years have been truly remarkable. Your legacy continues to inspire not only your peers but also your generations of scientists. Your work in plant science, both in research and education, has left an incredible mark on the academic community. Thank you for your enduring contributions and for continuing to inspire us all with your wisdom and expertise. It is an honor to welcome here today. I also welcome deans of different departments, coordinator IQCs, Dean Student Welfare, and Dean Welfare for their kind presence during this conference. Thank you for your kind support, guidance for being here with us today. I would also like to take opportunity to extend my sincere thanks and warm welcome to my fellow organizers, Professor Pankaj Kumar, Professor Rahul Kumar, Joint Organizing Secretaries, and Professor Anjali Marik, Treasurer of this conference, and other advisory members and organizers. Beyond these esteemed dignitaries, I would like to extend a special welcome to all our foreign delegates who have traveled from afar to join us, and they will be joining us today or tomorrow also. Your presence will enrich this event and foster international collaborations. We are honored to have you with us and look forward to fruitful discussion and exchanges. A heartfelt welcome goes out to the senior members of the International Botanical Society, heads and deans of the different departments, and esteemed faculty members who have gathered here today. Your support and participation are critical to the success of this conference, and we are deeply appreciate your involvement. Last but certainly not least, I want to extend my gratitude to all the participants, delegates, academicians, industries, and students from various institutions. Your active engagement in this conference make it a success. We are here to learn, share, and grow together. And your enthusiasm and commitment to research are what drive events like this forward. I would like to thank the media personnel who are covering today's events. Your effort in capturing and reporting this conference are invaluable, and we are grateful for your presence. Once again, I welcome all of you to this conference and express my deepest thanks to your time, efforts, and your commitment for making this event a grand success. Towards we are fostering innovation and collaboration in the scientific community, and I look forward to the exciting discussions and breakthroughs that will emerge from this gathering. Thank you, and I wish you all a successful and enriching conference ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I request Professor U.C. Lavanya, sir, President, Indian Botanical Society, for their welcome address.
This is the third time this university is hosting this All India Botanical Conference. The first was held in 1978. I see at least 5 persons sitting in the front row. Dr. Gupta sir, Professor Puri sir, Chaudhary ji, Pandit ji, Ityadi ji. I am naming them by name. So they will be distributed in the room sheets. And it's really a matter of encouragement that persons of such excellence have come here to bless us. It is an occasion that we are grateful to the Vice Chancellor, Madam Anita Shukla ji, for giving us this opportunity to hold this conference. And Chief Guest, Sanjay Kumar, to find time to grace the occasion. In this conference, we are trying to make a new beginning that the Chief Guest himself is a plant scientist. You may all agree that I made a request to him that instead of giving a ceremonial Chief Guest address, we are expecting a brief presentation to the breadth of the audience. Mainly because the title of Symposium, the theme was selected biotic curiosities. In fact, I suggested this topic for the simple reason that I am meeting the different continents all over the country belong to different areas. Many things I learned what is so important in response, what is so unique. Those who have studied in Bangalore, they have seen a plant called Entada. Because the trend looks more like a tree. Like such curiosities are there. So therefore, I am expecting Sanjay Kumar to enlighten us today because I know one of his very monumental discovery about which I am aware, which he will share with you. I also welcome the online secretary, the online co-secretary, and other dignitaries who are nice for providing this support. Friends, in this session, we are going to have many distinguished persons trying to recognize them for their lifetime contributions, and or some of them we have requested to give a talk also. Normally what is happening this time, I received a call from many persons. This is a time when we are inviting different class of people. Normally in this conference, the same lot is going every time. So this time, Professor Tyagi ji is here, Gupta ji is here, School sir is here, Mao sir, and other Manodhar. These are the persons. They are different areas, and working old classical as a new one. So we are expecting, we have senior persons sitting here, Meerut sir, Professor Yadav ji, Reddy. We are really grateful to them that they are finding time, every time coming to bless and encourage us. Patnagar sir, Professor here, very difficult to have you forget some names. And with this, I would not like to take much time. I welcome you all to attend this conference and make it a success. I am expecting good deliberations. Let's hope that we learn something in return from it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now I request Professor Seshu Lavanya ma'am, Secretary, Indian Botanical Society, to give a brief introduction of the Indian Botanical Society. Please, ma'am.
Thank you, Yanika. Namaskar. On behalf of the Indian Botanical Society and on my own, it gives me pleasure to extend a warm welcome to Vice Chancellor of this University, Professor Sangeeta Shukla ji, for so kindly accepting our invitation to inaugurate the 47th All India Botanical Conference of the Indian Botanical Society. Madam, you have always been very generous to support the cause of this society. I wish to share with the audience that this is the second time while Professor Sangeeta Shukla ji is hosting such conference. The earlier one was hosted in 2018 at Gwalior, Jiva University Gwalior, when she was the Vice Chancellor. Thank you, Sangeeta ji. Your commitment to support the cause of science indeed deserves wholehearted appreciation from the botanical fraternity. It is my proud privilege to welcome the Chief Guest, Professor Sanjay Kumar ji, FNA, the Chairman, Agricultural Scientist Recruitment Board, Government of India, and former Director of CSIR IHBT, Palampur himself, a renowned that he has accepted to grace the occasion. I am delighted to welcome all the dignitaries, guests, scientists, scholars, young participants present in the August gathering who have joined from across the country, different parts, and we were expecting here Professor Hanno Scheffer from Germany. Unfortunately, a big debacle happened with him. From Nepal, Professor Roshan Java, and from Vietnam, Professor Bao will be attending the conference. And I am very happy that they have accepted the invitation and they tried to manage their program to be here. Thank you, sirs. I extend a very warm welcome to all the invited speakers, senior botanists, medal awardees, chairpersons of different sessions for their gracious presence. I would like to highlight important landmarks in the journey of present Indian Botanical Society, a journal named the Journal of Indian Botany, edited by Mr. P.F. Faisal of the Presidency College, Madras, started its publication in September 1919 with required logistics and financial support from Mr. L.J. Sedgwick and Mr. T.R.D. Bell. Professor M.O.P. Iyengar of the Presidency College, Madras, soon joined the bandwagon. The journal as an assistant editor in October 1921. Beginning with volume 3, number 6, April 1923, the journal was renamed as the Journal of the Indian Botanical Society, and Professor Birbal Sahani of Lucknow University took over as its editor in 1927. The Botanical Society owes its inception in a resolution passed by the Botany section of the Indian Science Congress on January the 7th, 1920 during its Nagpur session. As a follow-up, an organizational committee chaired by Dr. Winfield Dudgeon of Ibn Kishan College, Allahabad, Dr. Paul Brood of University College of Science, Pune, Calcutta, Rai Bahadur K. Rangachari of Agricultural College, Coimbatore, Professor Shivram Kashyap of Government College, Lahore, Professor Birbal Sahani, who was then in Banaras University, Professor W. Burns, College of Agriculture, Pune, as its founder members, and they constituted to formalize the society. In October 1920, the letters were sent to the botanists, the botanists across the country, to become the charter members. And in view of overwhelming response, the organizing committee would hold the election of the office bearers in the mid of November, and the society was formally organized on December the 6th, 1920. Starting with a modest beginning, having founding support of botanical stalwarts of the time, the society continues to grow and has now around 22,722 life members and around 169 annual members have enrolled this year in 2024. For the first 57 years, the society had held its annual session along the sidelines of the Indian Science Congress with the growing enthusiasm in the botanical fraternity towards the society, and to ensure proactive participation of budding botanists, the society made a new beginning in 1978 and decided to independently hold the annual botanical conference across the length and breadth of India. The credit of this goes to late Professor Y.S. Murthy, who shaped and nurtured the activities of the Indian Botanical Society and made a very robust beginning to organize the first All India Botanical Conference at Meerut in 1978. The present conference is 47th All India Botanical Conference in the series, being organized by this university third time. Befitting to the coincidence, the organizers have decided to celebrate this occasion to mark the birth centenary of Professor Y.S. Murthy. Society awards various medals every year. The Lifetime Achievement Award, instituted in 2009 through the contributions made by the family members of late Professor V. Puri. This award is to be given to a distinguished botanist who has rendered exceptional contributions to any branch of plant science and or the services to the Indian Botanical Society. This year, the medal is being awarded to Professor P.K. Gupta of this university, fellow of all the three major science academies of India and senior emeritus professor at this very university. Professor Professor Birbal Sahni Medal instituted in 1956 through the contributions made by Professor P.S. Sadasavan to commemorate the memory of Professor Birbal Sahni, his revered teacher and one of the founding members of the Indian Botanical Society. This medal is awarded every year to a distinguished Indian botanist for her contributions and devotion to the cause of botany. This year, this medal is being awarded to Professor Dalip Kumar Upreti, FLA, CSIR, NBRI. Professor Pancharat Maheshwari Medal, instituted in 1977 through the contributions made by Dr. K. Subramaniam, ex-director of the Botanical Survey of India, to commemorate the memory of his guru, Professor Maheshwari, in recognition of his valuable contributions to the botanical sciences and in appreciation of his services to the society. This medal is awarded every year to a distinguished botanist for his original, sustained, significant contributions in the advancement of botanical knowledge. This year, the medal is being awarded to Professor S.R. Reddy, Varanasi. Professor Vishambarpuri Medal, instituted in 1977 through the contributions made by Professor V. Puri Commemoration Organizing Committee for his well-known services to the society and the subject of botany. This medal is awarded each year to a distinguished Indian botanist for her contributions to the advancement of botany, alternatively for significant contributions to the morphology of angiosperm. This medal is being awarded this year to Dr. Kishore S. Raj, Department of Botany, Maharaji Sayaji Rao University, Vadodara. Professor Y. Smurti Medal. The medal was instituted in 1985 by the proceeds of the endowment by Professor Y. Smurti Commemoration Organizing Committee. This medal is awarded each year to a distinguished young botanist, fellow, a life member of the society of not more than 40 years of age for outstanding contribution in any branch of botany. This year, the medal is awarded to Dr. Abhishek Kumar Dwivedi, BHU, Varanasi. Professor H.Y. Mahindra Memorial Award for excellence in teaching and advancement of plant sciences. The recipient is Professor Naresh Chandra Chel. Professor P.C. Trivedi Medal for editorial excellence. The recipient is Professor Dinesh Kumar Maheshwari. In 2023, new medal were awarded, constituted last year during Amravati conference, which is to boost the participation in the annual conference by recognizing senior botanists to appreciate their services as well as to encourage the young participants for enhanced participation. So we have, for the first time, we give away AIBC, that is All India Botanical Conference Champion Award. Only one is awarded, and AIBC Companion Award. There are two in numbers. This time there were no applications for AIBC Companion Award, and the recipient of AIBC Champion Award is Professor Arun Kumar Pandey, Chancellor, Meerut University, Bhopal. I'm sure the audience will be happy to know that since the inception of All India Botanical Conference, that is 1978, Professor Pandey did not miss with one. So he's here today also. The 47th conference. Further, the Society has instituted 4 lecture awards to commemorate the memory of distinguished botanists. These lectures are to be delivered in alternate years. Professor D. Panigrahi and Professor Chaudhary Memorial Lectures, Professor Umakant Sinha and Professor A.K. Sharma Memorial Lecture. The memorial lecture in honor of Professor Umakant Sinha shall be delivered by Professor Daisy Rani Badish, Punjab University, Chandigarh. Professor Gopinath Panigrahi Memorial Lecture shall be delivered by Professor D. A. Patil, Dhule, Maharashtra. In addition to a memorial lecture, in honor of Professor S.N. Chaturvedi, a lecture was instituted in 2018, which is to be delivered at a place of choice of the awardee. Professor S.N. Chaturvedi Commemoration Memorial Lecture was delivered this year by Professor Arun Kumar Pandey, Pro-Chancellor Mansarovar Global University at the Department of Botany, Allahabad University, Prayagraj. Foundation Day Lecture Award. This lecture award was instituted in the centenary year by the Executive Council of the Society. The Foundation Day Lecture 2023 was delivered by Professor Manoj Kumar Dhan, former Vice Chancellor, Jammu University, and the present Director, Academy of Scientific and Innovative Research, that is ACSIR, an umbrella organization of CSIR and CSIR CFTRI, Mysore. Competitive awards. In order to encourage botanists of different age groups, the Society has provisioned various competitive awards. Young Botanist Award, open to 35-year category, to encourage young budding botanists, the Society in 2000 started Young Botanist Award for the life members below the age of 35 years. The award includes Dr. Bahadur C. Gold Medal for the best paper presented. So we will have during the day and tomorrow the presentation for Young Botanist Award. A separate session is arranged for the purpose. Women Botanist Award, open for 50 years age group women, instituted from the contributions made by Professor Muniyamma in 2011. This award is given for the best paper presented by a lady botanist during the conference. A separate competitive paper presentation session is arranged for the purpose as well. Poster award contest, there shall be two medal award, best poster award competitions. One is Professor K.S. Bilgrami Gold Medal Award for under 35 age category, which was instituted in 2004 by the contributions made by the students of Professor K.S. Bilgrami. And the other one is Professor S.N. Dixit Gold Medal below the age of 50 years, open to all, instituted in 2012 by the students of Professor S.N. Dixit of Gorakhpur University. This medal is awarded to a life member, and we have another separate poster session for that as well. Medals by application restricted to specific age group. Women Scientist Medal, instituted in 2006 by the Society, is awarded to a distinguished lady botanist below the age of 50 years and for her outstanding research contributions in plant sciences. This year, the recipient is Dr. Supriya Tiwari from Banaras Hindu University, Varanasi. Professor Y.S. Murthy Memorial Gold Medal. It was incorporated in 2012. This medal was instituted by the Society out of the contributions made by late Professor C.M. Govil and Professor Vaidula and her family members. This medal is awarded to an outstanding plant morphologist, taxonomist up to the age of 50 years for her research contributions in any group of plant kingdom. This year, the recipient is Dr. V.S. Harish from Malabar Botanical Garden, Kozhikode, Canada. Professor S.V.S. Chauhan Gold Medal is incorporated in 2013 with the support of the students of Professor S.V.S. Chauhan. This medal is awarded to a life member below the age of 25 years for the best oral presentation during the conference. It is common, only one medal for all the 8 sections. To encourage young students up to the age of 30 years, medals, certificates are given in each section in honor of senior botanists if recommended by the experts. Rolling memorial lectures. 3 memorial lectures have been instituted by the respective students and well-wishers in honor of Professor Y.S. Murthy, Meerut, Professor Atul Mehta, Vadodara, Professor C.M. Govil, Meerut. These lectures are arranged in different universities across India. Every year, distinguished botanists are invited to deliver memorial lectures on the invitation of the host university. The Society also felicitates the botanists who have attained the age of 60, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, and this year for the first time, 100 years. Who have attained 100 years during the year. We have sent invitations to all such botanists, such invitees who are present here shall be felicitated in the inaugural session. Here I am delighted to inform you that Professor J.J. Shah, FNA, has just completed 100 years on 10th of September 2024. The Society has decided to felicitate and accord him honorary fellowship of the Society as well. Before I close, I may like to express my deep sense of gratitude to Professor Sangeeta Shivaji, Vice Chancellor, CCS University, and the administrative authorities of this university, Professor Jitendra Singh, Organizing Secretary, his team, for their support to help to hold this 47th All India Botanical Conference here in this university. This is my alma mater as well, so I am very happy to invite as my alma mater everyone in here. Let us hope that the deliberations at this conference would be purposeful, academic sessions would be stimulating. I believe that the conference would be enlightening our young budding botanists, scientists to orient their future research in service of nation and humanity. Jai Hind.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, we will begin with the award presentation ceremony, and I request Professor Seshu Dalwania, ma'am, Secretary, Indian Botanical Society, to kindly conduct the award presentation. Please, ma'am.
Well, we normally start with presentation of Lifetime Achievement Award. That is the protocol we have. This time we are beginning with the same award, but we are starting with presentation of Lifetime Achievement Award 2023 to Professor Sohori sir, Professor S.K. Sohori sir, who could not attend the last meeting. So I would request Professor Sohori sir. I would like to read the citation. The Lifetime Achievement Award 2023 of the Indian Botanical Society is awarded to Professor Sudhir K. Sohori, FNA, FASC, FNASC, F-Class, formerly Professor and Vice Chancellor, Chaudhary Charan Singh University, and Group Leader and Director, International Center for Genetic Engineering and Biotechnology, New Delhi. This was to be awarded during the 46th annual meeting for his seminal contributions in understanding the genetic regulation of abiotic stresses and developmental physiology of plants, and elected fellow of all 4 major science academies of India and of the World Academy of Sciences. Professor Sohori worked initially on the production of haploid plants via anthill culture and has worked extensively to understand plant response to light and stress conditions and identification of associated gene regulation and glyoxylase pathway. His recent work has shown role of melatonin as also prion like proteins in stress memory responses. He has edited 13 books and published over 270 scientific papers in international journals and 60 book chapters. Amongst his many awards, he has been conferred National Civilian Award, Padma Shri, SS Bhatnagar Prize of the Council of Scientific Industrial Research, Vipul Sahni Medal of the Indian Botanical Society, and Lifetime Achievement Award of Indian Science Congress, PHSS Foundation, and of Biotechnology Society of India. He was the first Indian to receive corresponding membership of American Society of Plant Biologists. He has been conferred PhD degree honoris causa from Banaras Hill University, Varanasi, and Rani Durgavati University, Jabalpur. He was the President of Indian Society of Plant Physiology and Vice President of Indian National Science Academy and National Academy of Sciences of India. Currently, he is the President of Biotech Research Society of India and Emeritus Senior Scientist at ICGE, New Delhi. Professor P. K. Gupta sir. I read the citation. The 47th All India Botanical Conference, CCS University, from 16th October, the Lifetime Achievement Award 2024 of the Indian Botanical Society is awarded to Professor Pushpendra K. Gupta, FNA, FASC, FNASC, FNAS, Emeritus Professor at Chaudhary Charan Singh University, Meerut, also CIMMYT, BISA Honorary Fellow, and Honorary Research Professor, Murdoch University, Australia. For his notable contributions across cytogenetics to functional genomics, Professor P. K. Gupta, a recipient of the Vipul Sahni Medal of the Indian Botanical Society 2004, had a brilliant academic record, securing first position in MSc Botany in 1958 in Inaugural University. Initially, he worked at Meerut College, Meerut from 1958-59, DAV College, Muzaffarnagar 59-60, and then at Gorakhpur University from 1960 to 69, where he started his career in the field of genetics, cytogenetics, cytotaxonomy. During his stay at Gorakhpur, he also a Commonwealth Scholarship 1964 to 67 in Canada and worked in the field of heat cytogenetics at the University of Manitoba to earn PhD degree. Later in 1969, he joined Meerut University and built a strong school of cytogenetics, now the Department of Genetics and Plant Breeding. After his superannuation in 1996, with generous funding from the Department of Biotechnology, he built a wheat biotechnology laboratory and with a team of devoted students worked in the field of development of molecular markers, their use in quantitative genetics, molecular breeding and bioinformatics, thus bringing Meerut on the world map. Having trained a large number of students, more than 80 PhD students, a number of postdoctoral fellows, he is also widely known for his contribution for human resource development. He has written more than 35 textbooks as a sole author and edited several reference works in the field of genomics, published from Elsevier and Springer, which are widely read. Congratulations. Professor H.Y. Mohan Ram Award for Excellence in Teaching and Advancement of Plant Sciences 2024 of the Indian Botanical Society is awarded to Professor Naresh Chandra. He turned 90, so he could not attend the conference this time. We will be posting it, or we will be sending through to Elisa, or take help of Elisa. Former Professor of Botany, Professor Naresh Chandra, FNASC, former Professor of Botany, Dean Faculty of Science, Director Life Science, University of Rajasthan, Jaipur, for his significant contributions in the research and excellence in teaching and popularization of science. He pioneered plant tissue culture studies in the University of Rajasthan. He facilitated establishment of state-of-art facilities in the university, fetching support from DST and SAC. Initially trained as an experimental morphologist, he received international exposure in protoplast and tissue culture in top labs in USA, UK. His findings on inclusion of TME bodies in tobacco culture and morphogenetic potential of infected cells is internationally acclaimed, published in top-notch journals such as Nature, Science, Plant Cell Reports, Journal of Experimental Botany, and Plantlet Formation in organ tissue culture in Albizia Lebec in Annals of Botany. His testimony to his outstanding scholar of the time. He has authored 75 research articles and index journals in the index journals and published 2 books. He has mentored 26 PhD students and a host of postdocs that occupy high professional positions in teaching and research in India and abroad, and also attracted researchers from abroad. A voracious reader, a motivational teacher, a scholar of international repute, Professor Chandra is an elected fellow of National Academy of Sciences, India, 1996, Indian Botanical Society, Indian Society of Phytomorphology. He is a recipient of Professor B. Puri Commemoration Medal in 1995, and also served as Assistant Editor of JIBS and played mentor's role in organizing All India Conference in the Indian Botanical Society at Jaipur in 1984. He was proactively involved in policy planning of the university and the department, and served on various professional committees at the national level. We move on to Professor P.C. Trivedi Medal Award for Editorial Excellence 2024 of the Indian Botanical Society is awarded to Professor Dinesh Kumar Maheshwari. I request him to come to the dais. Formerly Professor and Head Department of Botany and Microbiology, former Vice Chancellor, Gurukul Kamli Vishwavidyalaya, Haridwar, for his notable contributions as an author, editor, and outstanding researcher. Outstanding researcher in the field of rhizosphere microbiology, including the discovery of several effective biological control of agents and elucidation of molecular mechanisms of biocontrol processes. The 2 textbooks, Practical Microbiology, a textbook of microbiology authored by him, are widely read, running into 5 editions. Besides, he has edited 24 reference volumes covering a range of theoretical and practical applications of microbial science and microbial technology, 6 of which are published by Indian publishers of international repute. 18 volumes are published by Springer and Springer University. A celebrated botanist and microbiologist, top 2% by Stanford University and World Ranking, with an initial international exposure as ITC Fellow 83-84 at BRC Saget. Under UNESCO program, he has been a visiting professor at Science University of Tokyo, Noda, Japan in 1993-98, guest professor in the various universities including University of Ulm, University of Gent, University of Barcelona, University of Tokyo, Digo University, Korea, and was lately awarded prestigious BSI Faculty Fellowship by the UGC. He has published over 200 research papers in the journals of repute, secured 2 Indian patents. He has successfully executed 17 R&D research projects awarded by major Indian funding agency, mentored 51 PhD students, occupying high positions. Professor Maheshwari has been long associated with IBS as an editor of the Journal of Indian Botanical Society, of the journal rather, and a proactive member, having organized all Indian Botanical Conferences in recognition of his services to IBS. The Society has awarded him its Commemoration Medal Award, Professor Y.S. Murthy Medal in 1992, Professor Birbal Sahni Medal in 2018. He had been President of the Society 21-22. He is recipient of Platinum Jubilee Award of ISCA 2012 and was the Sectional President during 2015-16 of Science Congress, Botany Section. Vigyan Vibhuti Award 2020 of UCOST by the Government of Uttarakhand, and has served on various advisory committees including NAP, DBT, and continue to serve the Skill Vigyan program of UCOST Dehradun. We move on to Women's Scientist Medal. I will request to Supriya to please come to this. Of the Indian Botanical Society is awarded to Dr. Supriya Tiwari, Department of Botany, Banaras Hindu University, Varanasi, for her notable contributions for elucidating tropospheric ozone impact assessment and developing experimental strategies to ameliorate ozone stress in plant. A brilliant scholar, a recipient of coveted INSCIENCE Scientist Medal in 2012. She was awarded the Green Talent Award 2012 by Federal Ministry of Education and Research, Germany. Hira Lal Chakravarti Award of 2016 by Indian Science Congress Association. A proactive researcher, she has supervised and supervising over a dozen PhD students. Her findings are published in top-notch journals such as Journal of Hazardous Materials, Plant Physiology and Biochemistry, Chemosphere, Frontiers in Plant Sciences, Environmental Science and Pollution Research, Metabolites, Ecotoxicology and Environmental Safety, Agriculture, Ecosystem and Environment, Environmental Pollution, etc. and in reference volumes and book chapters. Since joining as life member in 2012, she has been actively serving the IBS as the member of Executive Council 2020 and 2023 year, member, editorial board and reviewer, contributing author for the GIBS. She has participated in several Indian Botanical Conferences, acted as judge, chairperson, different evaluation committees, and is recipient of Professor Y.S. Murthy Commemoration Medal of 2017 of the Society. Congratulations. Move on to Professor Y.S. Murthy Memorial Gold Medal in Taxonomy 2024 under 50 years age group of the Indian Botanical Society is awarded to Dr. P.S. Harish, Malabar Botanical Garden and Institute for Plant Sciences, Kozhikode, Kerala, for his significant contributions in the field of angiosperm taxonomy, especially in the families Balsaminaceae, Myrantaceae, Musaceae, and the genus Ophthorrhiza. A recipient of prestigious INSCIENCE Scientist Medal 2020, he was awarded IAPT Research Grant 2017 of the International Association for Plant Taxonomy, Slovakia, for conducting research and exploration on not-listed impatiens. He has discovered 44 taxa new to science and rediscovered 5 possibly extinct taxa that include impatiens, with 15 new taxa, Gingiberaceae 7, Ophthorrhiza 6, Jasminiaceae 3, etc. He has authored 2 books and published over 60 research articles in the indexed national and international journals of review with an aggregate impact factor of 46.12. Congratulations. Now we move on to IBS Active Participation Award 2024, the IBS AIBC Champion Award, which is awarded to Professor Arun Kumar Pandey, Nasi Fellow, formerly Professor of Botany and Dean of Colleges, University of Delhi, and Vice Chancellor, Mansarovar Global University, now Post-Chancellor, Mansarovar Global University, Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh, for his active association with IBS spanning over nearly 5 decades and having participated in almost all the Indian Botanical Conferences since its inception in 1978, held at Meerut. His scientific contributions in plant taxonomy, molecular systematics, reproductive biology, biodiversity conservation and ethnobotany are notable. An elected Fellow of National Academy of Sciences India in 2017, Professor Pandey is credited for initiating molecular systematic studies in Indian taxa, a recipient of Wiles-Murthy Medal in 1991, P. Maheshwari Medal in 2015 of Indian Botanical Society, Saligram Sinha Memorial Award 2018 and Biodiversity Award 2021 of Nasi, B. Puri Medal of ISTA 2018, B.V. Sivarajan Medal 1997 and Vaidityaji Medal 2023 of the Indian Association of Angiosperm Taxonomy. He has been President of Indian Association for Angiosperm Taxonomy 2010, Indian Science Congress Association Plant Science Section 2015, Indian Botanical Society 2017, East Himalayan Society for Spermophyte Taxonomy 2019. Till now, he is the President. Professor Pandey has published over 200 research papers, authored 14 books, mentored 35 doctoral students and described 10 new species to science. He has been serving ideas in various capacities, including organizing and delivering memorial lectures, EC and TP member, reviewer of articles, judge and chairman of competitive sessions. He has contributed 12 articles till now in Journal of Indian Botanical Society. Congratulations. Professor Pandey has delivered S.N. Chaturvedi Commemoration Lecture Award. He was awarded with this one and he has delivered this lecture in Allahabad, as I already told you, but we could not send the medal because now the Blue Darts refuses to send silvers and gold and any kind of these things. So we are definitely the certificate is already reached here to him. They are only at Prayagraj, but we could not send the medal. Now we move on to honorary FBS presentation. Professor Hanu Sheffer was to
I am surprised for him. He is one person who has attended all 47 IBS. And this award is for active participation plus professional contributions. He qualifies both of them. Therefore, I was surprised, which even Stanley does not know. So, I am trying to.
Alright, we are moving to Honorary Fellowship 2024 FBS. Professor Dr. Hanu Sheffer was supposed to be here, and as I told you that he had some kind of debacle with visa. Somebody duped him with his money and visa as well. So he could not make it to this function, but I would read his citation. We shall be sending it to him. Department of Ecology and Ecosystem Management, Technical University of Munich, Germany. On Wednesday, October the 16th, 2024, this award function held during the 47th conference for his outstanding contribution in the field of plant systematics, molecular phylogeny, biogeography and reproductive biology of flowering plants with a focus on cucurbitaceae. Professor Sheffer is recipient of German Junior Scientist Award in 1995. E.O. Prize, Erich Ober, well, it's a German name, Dorfer Prize in 1996, Doctorate Fellowship of the German National Merit Foundation 2000-2003, Postdoctoral Fellow, Ludwig Maximilian University, Munich, up to 2008, Marie Curie Fellowship of the European Union, at Imperial College of London, Howard University Research Fellowship 2012-12, awards for excellence in teaching at Technical University of Munich in 2016 as well as in 2019. He is the president of Regensburg Botanical Society, established in 1790, the oldest still existing botanical society in the world. He is an associate editor of American Journal of Botany and Phytokeys. Professor Sheffer has published over 120 peer-reviewed papers, 12 books and book chapters. One website is there. He has mentored 6 PhD students, 40 master students, 38 bachelor students. He has described 2 new genera and about 70 new species and new combinations. And we will be sending his felicitation certificate. Professor J.J. Shah, who has been conferred with the honorary fellowship, could not make it because of his age. Honorary Fellowship 2024 FBS, Professor Jaisukh Jagmohan Das Shah, FNA, former professor in Head Department of Biosciences, Sardar Patel University, Vallabh Vidyanagar, Gujarat, for his outstanding contributions in the field of plant anatomy, especially development and structure of axillary buds, tendrils, gums and resins forming tissues, phloem and sapwood, heartwood. And elected fellow of Indian National Science Academy 1980, Professor Shah is revered for establishing a center for plant anatomy at the Department of Botany, Sardar Patel University. He has been long associated with IBS, life member since 1959, council member 1975-77, and was awarded Vibhuti Medal in 1977. UGC nominated him to attend 12th International Indian Botanical Congress at St. Petersburg in 1975, and was a recipient of Platinum Jubilee Lecture of ISCA Plant Sciences in 1996. He has served as UGC National Lecturer 1977, visiting research fellow at the Cornell University, USA 76-77, UGC Emeritus Fellow 1984, and INSA Senior Scientist 85-88. Dr. Shah is founder member of the Gujarat Academy of Sciences. He was joint editor of the book Form, Structure and Function in Plants. Professor Shah has published over 160 peer-reviewed papers and 2 books, Botanist, Jai Krishna B, 1999, and Plants and Sanskrit Literature, 2014. 30 students obtained PhD degree under his supervision, considering his participation in the 1942 freedom struggle. Government of India distinguished him as a freedom fighter in 1980. He has completed 100 years of his accomplished life journey on 10th of September 2024. Congratulations. We move on to the presentation of FBS certificates. I would call the names, please be ready. Dr. Abhishek Kumar Dwivedi, Varanasi. Come on, fast. Young people. Dr. Allab Vijay Bhaskar Reddy, Hyderabad, if he is here. Dr. Allab Vijay Bhaskar Reddy, are you here, sir? Professor Amita Pal, she could not make it. Dr. Anil Kumar Thakur, he has not come. He has not come. Yes, it's not. Dr. Bhanu Prakash, Varanasi, are you here? Professor G.M. Vidyasagar, Kalaburagi. Professor G.M. Vidyasagar. All right, he's not there. Dr. Madhuri Singh. Dr. Madhuri Singh, is she here? No, she isn't there. Dr. Manju C. Nair. Dr. Manju C. Nair, please. Dr. Namita Gupta. Are you here, Namita? I think the train was running late. Dr. Nisha Ta, please. Professor Neil Kamal Rathore. Dr. Rajesh Vajpayee, Shillong. Dr. Rashmi Dubey could not make it. Professor Satyanarayana, he is also not here. Dr. Rajesh, please. Dr. Shruti Kasana, Dr. Supriya Tiwari, Dr. Vartika Gupta, country is also running late. Dr. Vishnu Mohan. Vishnu Mohan is here. Sorry, I am reading once again the names. The list of the fellows of 2024, Dr. Abhishek Kumar Dwivedi, Varanasi, Dr. Anam Vijay Bhaskar Reddy, Hyderabad, Professor Amita Pal, Kolkata, Dr. Anil Kumar Thakur, Kangra, Dr. Bhanu Prakash, Varanasi, Professor G. M. Vidyasagar, Kalaburagi, Dr. Madhavi Singh, Lucknow, Dr. Manjushri Nayak, Calicut, Dr. Namita Gupta, Lucknow, Dr. Nisha Tag, Jodhpur, Professor Neil Kamal Rathod, Kota, Dr. Rajesh Bajpai, Shillong, Dr. Rashmi Dubey, Pune, Professor Satyanarayana, Prayagraj, Dr. Shruti Kasana, Delhi, Dr. Supriya Tiwari, Varanasi, Dr. Vartika Gupta, Jaipur, Dr. Vishnu Mohan, Palakkad. I hope everybody has taken. I hope Madhvi has entered. You have missed your. Where were you? Train has arrived. Namita, you have also arrived. Where is Namita? You are in the same train. Anybody who has now arrived in the hall? So we move on to the next section. That is felicitation of the senior members of the society. As I told you earlier, the society felicitates all senior members who are turning, as I said, 100, 90, 95. So I'm beginning with Professor J.J. Shah sir because he's not there, but since he has turned 100, this certificate of appreciation and good wishes is awarded to Professor J.J. Shah for turning 100 and on the completion of 100 years of active life and support to the Indian Botanical Society. So I congratulate him. Professor Naresh Chandra is also turned 90 this year. So I shall be giving it to Professor for his active life and support to the Indian Botanical Society. Professor Amar Prakash Garg, are you here, sir? Professor Ashok Bhatnagar sir, A.K. Bhatnagar sir, is here. On the completion of 70 years of active life and support to the Indian Botanical Society. This certificate is for appreciation. Professor Vijay Pal Singh could not make it. Professor Kohli has couldn't make it. Professor Yadav sir, in appreciation and good wishes is awarded to you for completing 70 years of active life and support to the Indian Botanical Society. Professor R.K. Raghuvanshi sir from Jaipur, are you here? He said I will be coming. Professor Devendra Pal Singh, Patiala, are you here sir? You said you will be coming. Professor Mayank Uday Charaya of Meerut University, SCCS University. Professor Manoj Kumar Dhar sir, on the completion of 60 years of active life and support to the Indian Botanical Society. Congratulations, sir. Dr. Shambhunath Prasad Sinha sir, on the completion of 60 years of active life and support to the Indian Botanical Society. Are you here, sir? Dr. Shambhunath Prasad Sinha sir, from Patna. He promised me to come. Okay. Dr. T. Senthil Kumar, on completion of 60 years of active life and support to the Indian Botanical Society. Congratulations, sir. Now I hand over the mic to Dr. Gyanika Shukla.
Now that we have successfully completed the award distribution ceremony, I request the dignitaries on the dais to kindly release the abstract book of the conference. Thank you, dignitaries. Now I request our guest, Professor Sanjay Marsha, Chairman ASRB, for their address. Please.
Very good morning, Honorable Vice Chancellor of this very important university, Professor Sangeeta Shukla ji. Although we had been meeting at other places than this, I am very happy to be with you and sharing the stage in your own university, madam. So happy to be with you. And for that, I must thank Dr. Lavania Sahab, who gave me this opportunity to discuss some of the things. On the stage, we had Professor Varsha Natharji, Dr. Seshu Lavania, Professor Jitendra Singh, Professor Pankaj Kumar, Professor Alok Srivastav, Professor Y. Vimala, and various distinguished guests in this hall, young students. I think today is a very important day, and I feel it's a matter of great honor to stand before all of you. Because in this hall, when we see Professor P.K. Gupta, when we see Professor S.K. Sapori sir, when we see Professor Akhilesh Tyagi, and you will all agree with me that these are those luminaries who had significantly advanced the plant sciences in India through their visionary research, through their passion, dedication, brilliance, whatever you can say, you will all agree that we all had been great beneficiary of their contributions to the plant sciences. And we all aspire to reach the standards that they have set. You take any field, right from cytogenetics to genomics to signal transduction to stress metabolism, and you will see the expertise and the level that they have set. We all feel what we are doing, at least we should be somewhere close to that. And when they try to inspire the youngsters, I think I was one of that at least beneficiary. When I finished my PhD, I was very fortunate to be in touch with them, and they will take you to reach the boundaries of innovation and discovery. They will never settle that something has been done and you do this. They will take you beyond the boundaries. So I am very fortunate and honored, sir, that I had a chance to speak before you all. And thank you, Dr. Lavania and this society for giving me this opportunity. I'll present something, and before presentation, let me acknowledge my former institute, and because whatever I will be presenting, I did most of my work there. And since this conference was on biotic curiosities, and Dr. Lavania insisted that I should be talking some of our work on plant adaptation that we did at ISP. And I feel that nature offers so many opportunities that you can try to do something novel and interesting. And one of the stories I'll share with you, that we were working at a height of 15,000 feet, and this is a place known as Kunzum Pass. There you won't find any vegetation except for very scanty vegetation, and one of these plants is known as Potentilla hydrocentrale. And this plant survives there, and lush green plant, and we wanted to understand the mechanism, the stress adaptation mechanism in this plant. I will not go much detail into it, but let me share with you when we were trying to analyze the adaptation mechanism, one enzyme, superoxide dismutase, the first enzyme which dismutates superoxide radical into hydrogen peroxide and water. This enzyme was stable to high temperature. You can autoclave it and it would retain its activity, number one. And secondly, it could function right at sub-zero temperature, even at minus 20 degrees Celsius. You analyze and you will find it. And we wanted to make it more stable, because what we noticed that after first autoclaving, it will lose around 20% activity. So we thought that can we make it more thermostable? So we did complete crystal structure of this protein. We did lot many mutation, and after one mutation, when we replaced one of the cysteine, which was at the dimer moiety, and we made it monomer, now we can autoclave this enzyme at least 2-3 times, and interestingly, this enzyme still functions at minus 20 and can function up to 70 to 80 degrees Celsius. So it was such a unique enzyme, and we did all studies, and finally, once we were convinced about the properties of this enzyme, then we thought that we should develop the production technology. So under bioreactor at pilot plant scale, we went to a level when we could produce around 350 milligram per liter, and such a huge quantity of enzyme production. Then we transfer this technology to one of the companies, and if you go to that site, this company is using this enzyme for various purposes, but this was one of the significant achievements, that we identified something, characterized, and I think as a plant person, when we know that we will get denatured at high temperature, we found something very unique. So, and we took it right from lab to the industry. So this was one curiosity I thought I'd like to share with you. Second curiosity I would like to share with you, about the plant adaptation at high altitude. And here high altitude I mean by 40 to 100 meters, where partial pressure of gases is approximately 30% lower compared to those at low altitude. And what interesting point was about this place, that if you do the plant showing a different altitude, you at least 2-3 plant species, we found fantastic adaptation on those plants. We never found any change in the photosynthesis rate, at least 2 plant species that we worked upon. And so we wondered what is the mechanism. And when we did this tracer experiment and other studies, it was a C3 plant. But what we found, that in spite of being a C3 plant, along with root spoke, PEP plays a very, very important role in terms of carbon fixation. And then what we realized, that whatever carbon is fixed by PEP carboxylase, it is channelized towards amino acid biosynthesis, and here it utilizes the nitrogen which is emitted through photorespiration. And we found that it is something very significant, because in the whole world everybody is trying to convert C3 plant into C4 to reduce photorespiration, and we found this mechanism. And once we found this mechanism, then we thought that why don't we translate this mechanism into another C3 plant. So initially we tried with Aeroptoxis, and now we did in several other plant systems. And once we transplanted, at least 3 enzymes of this pathway we had taken. One was PEP carboxylase, then another was 3 enzymes actually. What we took is, one was here I will show you. One was citrate aspartate transferase, citrate synthase, and PEP carboxylase. These 3 enzymes we took it, and when we used this enzyme, what we found that for photorespiratory CO2 accumulation, it was reduced significantly, and also photorespiratory ammonia, it was also went into the reassimilation cycle, and plant yield was pretty high. And this work was picked up none other than the F1000 prime, which is nowadays known as faculty opinion. They picked up this paper, and they said that this paper has a lot of implication in improving nitrogen efficiency, seed yield, and biomass. And we thought that again, going to the nature, understanding from the nature, we could contribute something significantly which can yield and which can be of use to the society. So we at least found some mechanism that in C3 plant, how one can reduce the photorespiratory CO2 and ammonia emission. This was our second story I thought I'd like to share with you. Then third curiosity, and certainly this paper got a lot of citation and a lot of filtration into the book also. You will see a lot of work has been cited. Now third curiosity I would like to share with you. Once you go to very high altitude, again it is story at around 13,000 feet, at Kipper, one village is Kipper, and you hardly find any vegetation. But there is a plant species known as Caragana jubata, which is so luxuriantly growing in that place, and we wanted to understand the mechanism, and very interesting mechanism we found in this plant, and we compared it with other plants like soybean and rice, and what we found, 3 major mechanisms which were operating there. One was that they had very strong protective mechanism. Like for example, you will see that chaperon which has all the cis groups of Lea getting expressed there at that location. Second, they had very quick acclimation to environmental cues. Like for example, we had studied photosynthetic rate. Can you imagine that within few hours, within 1 or 2 hours, photosynthetic rate gets acclimated to that sort of environment, and that quick acclimation gives them the adaptive advantages. And that acclimation we could not find in rice and soybean when we compare it with Caragana jubata we found at higher. So we found some very interesting mechanism at that place. Fourth one, we thought that, because their nature offers us several fantastic locations where one can think of. Second, fourth question what we asked here that, if you go to that place grows out of tea. And tea remains evergreen. It's a sort of stay green character. Whereas, you see the plant albizia or poplars there, it certainly starts shedding its leaf. So we wanted to understand the difference in the mechanism, why this plant remains stay green trait. And I will not go all, but very interesting thing what we observed, that the role of fruit softening enzyme like polyglycolinase, that you all must be aware, that plays a very significant role in not allowing tea to shed its leaf, that particular enzyme. Normally one would say that it's only abscess-related gene, but it was the fruit softening gene which we found of very significance. So something new comes out whenever you go to such locations, whenever you try to take up such a system which is not currently existing. Then normally, this is fifth and the last thing which I will discuss with you. Normally people say that rose always comes with the thorns. And what we showed it, that rose does not have the thorns, it has the prickles. Because it lacks with whatever that structure, thorny structure we see in rose, it lacks vasculature, and also it is the extension of cortex and epicarpus. So establish number one, that rose has the prickles and not thorns, number one. And secondly, we also worked out the mechanism and we found that 3 transcription factor module, which was MIP, DHLH and WD40, they all combine together and they determine whether rose will have thorns or non-thorns. Because we have certain thorns, certain roses which does not have any prickles, right? We have those, and classically they are known as thornless, but now we should call them prickleless, right? So we identified the mechanism and we said that rose has prickle and not thorns. So this is last cue I wanted to discuss with you. And after those cues, what we also realized that when you work on such location, you get ample opportunity to work on the secondary metabolism. And I think we were the first one to bring out the complete metabolic regulation and molecular regulation of catechin biosynthesis in tea, picroside biosynthesis regulation in picroside, Picroiza curva, podophyllum biosynthesis, podophyllatoxin biosynthesis in podophyllum, and the stevioside biosynthesis in Stevia rhododia. And lastly, very important plant is Arnepia, or which makes a lot of chiconate. So we worked out its metabolic pathway also. And through molecular means, we established that it is the regulatory gene. Then using some of these genes, like for example, for catechin biosynthesis, we transplanted in tobacco, and tobacco make some amount of catechin, certainly not equivalent to tobacco in tea, but at least it would also synthesize some amount of catechins. So these were some of the, it opens the road to synthetic biology. We showed it at least using tea as a plant system. And we were totally inspired by work of Professor Tyagi, and when he had published his complete genome on rice, etc., we thought we should also do something. And sir, for the first time then we came out with the draft genome sequence of Picroiza curva. It was done indigenously. So when I say that we try to learn something from our seniors like Professor Tyagi, Professor Sapuri. For example, when Professor Sapuri brought up that methyl glycol pathway, we thought that we should also bring out something new. So we came out with this new pathway to carbon fixation, right? So these are our inspiring teachers, and we had been so beneficiary of their association. Fortunately, they have been associated with our institute research councils also. So they have been actually guiding it directly or indirectly, and they contributed immensely to our research outcomes. One next issue that I thought, since it's a botanical conference, and Dr. Lavanya told me that you also had to say something about what botany can contribute to the society, so I thought I'll touch some of the issues. Here I will not touch these 4 important issues which I thought are very important nowadays. In India, if you want to study climate change, we do not have long-term ecological research sites. we do not have. And particularly in Himalayan region, so we established one at the protected area, which was known as Great Himalayan National Park. And secondly, we established a tree line because, under climate change, when there is a temperature increase, tree line is moving up and up. So we established that. And we already started getting a lot of good data in terms of nutrient cycling and movement of the tree species. Second, we also thought that we should have the primary data on the net primary productivity of the forest, because tomorrow if you want to say that you want to do carbon trading and you do not have the primary productivity data of your forest, what can you contribute? So we started doing that as well. And then certainly we use a lot of next generation remote sensing in terms of crop management, and also application I will detail in my next slide. Because once we were doing this documenting and monitoring our biodiversity, we prepared a lot of databases. And one very interesting thing happened once we were analyzing our database. We realized that there is a species under genus Ferula, and not many species were there, but one important species which all Indian consume, that is Ferula asafoetida, that was missing from our database, and we were wondering why it is so. So we discussed, and they said that, sir, it is not available in India, that species, and it was very surprising. Ferula asafoetida or hing, which all of us consume, and that was missing from our database. So we thought, is it not possible to have this hing in India? So then we did ecological niche modeling, and that modeling told us that your Leh Ladakh area, Kelong, all this area can be very suitable, and presently it is present in Afghanistan, it is present in Iran, Uzbekistan. Then we decided to get this species in India. So with NBPGR we brought in, and it was our first introduction, and we decided to do first plantation on 15th October 2020. Because 15th October happens to be the birthday of our Honorable Abdul Kalam ji. So we thought that he did something great. At least from plant science, we should contribute this to India. So we brought in hing for the first time. We developed agrotechnology, complete chemistry we worked out, biology worked out, and nursery technology we worked out, and we put it in at least 93 different villages and 249 different seed production centers we established throughout the Himachal Pradesh. And to our surprise, once we put this hing plantation, right from Guardian to BBC News, and then Amitabh Bachchan in Banega Crorepati asking this question that who introduced the hing, which institute introduced the hing for the first time in this country. So it became a national and international news, and we never realized. So sir, this is the power of botany, which can enrich not only your nature otherwise, but can give you a lot of such recognition as well. Although we all are scientists, we use for paper and publication, but this is also important at times. It gives a lot of moral booster. As in today's function, Dr. Lavania sir was distributing so many good medals, certifications to boost all of us. So this also worked as a booster for several of us. Next, I would like to discuss with you, when we were again discussing the database, so we got a species known as Tulipa stillata, and it is a very small tulip flower. Then we were just discussing, and we said that Srinagar has a tulip garden, so from where they get the tulip. Then we realized that they get around 15 crores worth of tulip from Netherlands, and India does not have neither tulip production technology. We said it's something very surprising. So we developed a tulip production technology in India, and then after producing this, we established the first tulip garden of the country. We opened it in our institution. So tulip garden in Srinagar opens in April somewhere, and our tulip garden starts on February last. So February and March, so all the tourists, first they will come to Palampur, have their startup before the main meals. So Palampur became a tourist spot just for this tulip. But then what we thought that we should develop some technology for also tulip. One is bulk production technology. Then we did round the year tulip flower production technology using hydroponics and aeroponics. And then when Ram Pratishtha was to happen in Ram Mandir, then our tulip, they came from Palampur and offered it, again made the headline. We never imagined that this can make headline in this sense, and our minister was so happy, and he said that there are 5 institutions which contributed for the success of Ram Pratishtha, and till was again, and you can see Hindustan and several newspapers, they made the headline with this tulip. So wanted to share that botany has a lot of potential, and provided we touch the life of the people, then it can make a lot of good news. Apart from that, now after successful introduction of hing and tulip, we thought that what other areas we can touch upon. Then we realized that saffron has yet another offering. And once we did ecological niche modeling, they gave us a lot of opportunity for production in Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand. So we developed the bulk production technology and introduced in Himachal Pradesh, for example, the saffron. Just for the general knowledge, saffron, approximately our annual demand is 100 ton, and in Pepper area you have approximately 3,000 hectares under cultivation, which produces somewhere 9 to 10 tons. So we have 90 tons deficiency, and through this, hopefully in some time, in years to come, we will be able to meet up this requirement. Apart from saffron, then the COVID came in. And during this COVID, everybody realized the importance of our Indian spices. Like, everybody said boil and you had to add some dalchini into it, cinnamon. We thought that cinnamon is our crop. When we tried to analyze the data, we saw that although cinnamon is center of origin is your Kerala, but we produce it hardly in 2,000 hectares and they are importing somewhere around 45,000 tons of cinnamon in this country. And it was very alarming for us. So we again did the same ecological niche modeling, brought in the plants from relevant sources and developed agrotechnology, total biology, and introduced in Himachal Pradesh. And now there are 37 locations. Our target is to put 10 million plant of cinnamon, and also true cinnamon. In cinnamon you all will be surprised. You get a black bark cinnamon, which is Cassia species, which is not good for health. It destroys because it has a lot of coumarin content, so it affects your liver and kidney. And we introduced this verum species, which is suitable for human consumption. So true cinnamon production is also important, because in Northeast, what I understand, people are growing a lot of Cassia species, which is not correct. So we should try to rectify that. And right now in the beginning. Next, you all will be surprised whenever we have this throat problem, we eat a lot of muleti, and all muleti comes from Afghanistan. And we thought that this is yet another challenge. So we again introduced licorice in Himachal, and again, a lot of ENM, etc. we did, and we brought it into this. Apple we introduced in Northeast, in Manipur area, and Honorable Prime Minister, he mentioned in his Mann Ki Baat also. And Honorable Chief Minister, he honored all the farmers who were involved in this apple cultivation, right? And in the process, we had empowered 5 tissue culture farms whose job was to make the root stock, make the plant and supply there, right? So it is not only that we are supplying, we are developing technologies, and tissue culture is such a technology which we use at several places, and it was very, very handy. So right now we have around 4 lakh plantation already done. One important plant species I thought I will share with this house is monk fruit, which at present is totally grown, cultivated in China, processed in US, and from there it goes throughout the world. It has a sweet molecule known as mongroside, which tastes like sugar, has no calorific value, and it's safe for the people who are having diabetes problem and for weight watchers. So for the first time, getting things from the China was not easy, but we developed this technology, and in Himachal we introduced this monk fruit at several places. Now it is just a question of amplification. I thought that we were encouraged, we thought that not many things can happen using some of these sciences. Then we thought of launching 2 major missions. One was floriculture mission and second was aroma mission. And Professor Sapuri, he was actually heading our aroma mission. And now through botany, we wanted to enrich our farmers. So through this floriculture mission, tulip story I already shared. Second thing I would like to share with you that Leh area. You know, initially you go, nobody will welcome you with bouquet of flowers as we were welcomed today in the morning. There nobody would welcome you with flowers because they never had flowers. We for the first time introduced lilium production, cultivation in Leh, and today you see people on the market, they are selling lilium flowers, and also they are sending from the first flight to Delhi the lilium. Off-season lilium, can you imagine how much benefit those farmers must be getting? Right from Leh to Kargil, now there are lilium belts and people are encouraging this lilium cultivation. Earlier, all the lilium bulbs were coming from abroad and now they are all being produced in high hills of cold desert of Leh and Ladakh. And you just see that how many people are associated, how much monetary benefit they got because of this, and now people demanded it. So using this MSME, we established some production center, packaging center in some of the places in high hills. Similarly, in some of the places in hills, there is not a problem with animals, and farmers had almost left agriculture cultivation. So we introduced some of the crop, and one of them is Tellipes minuta or wild marigold, and you can see now, earlier we were importing around 12 tons of wild marigold oil from South Africa, and today in Himachal itself we are producing somewhere 7 to 8 tons. So that is the power. Once we do it in a mission mode, and Professor Puri was the chairman and he used to monitor this project, and can you see the number of planters which were associated with this production capacity, enhancement in income which happened in that zone was something significant. Almost last part, because Dr. Lavanya Sahab had told me that you need to be within time, so sir, don't worry, I will not take much time. So, one important thing we thought that is very important that we give scientific basis to our traditional knowledge. But then, which traditional knowledge? So we thought that we should discuss with the industry first, and we had a discussion with the industry. And industry said that there are two things are very important for our nation. One was that everybody suffers from vitamin D, everybody suffers from vitamin B12 deficiency, iron and zinc. These are the four major things they said that you are suffering from. Then bone health is a major issue. And he said if you can offer any solution to some of those things, that will be important. So we worked along these lines, and we took the help of Ayurvedic knowledge, local knowledge, and we realized that two plants are very important to improve the bone health. One was Cissus and another was Vitex species. Using these two species, we developed the formulation. We checked under preclinical trial. Once we found success, then we did the human intervention studies in medical college. Once they approved, then we developed the formulation, tablet mode, and also the ointment, and then we transferred this technology to one of the company in 2020 late. So I think it will take 1-2 more years before it can see the market. But already, since we had the human intervention studies, so we got a lot of reliability to this technology. And several people also are using it with a lot of benefit. Another thing, to meet the vitamin D deficiency, we developed the shiitake mushroom technology, where in 2 months you can make the shiitake mushroom and have the vitamin D as much as you like, right? And once we sterilize this, we give to several people, and also through MSME we established 3 clusters employing 750 persons. And once we had this cluster, we had evaluated, then we did human intervention studies again here, and we found it very positive results. And once we got it, then we thought that we should integrate with Poshan Abhiyan of Government of India. So we integrated for vitamin D, zinc, iron. I am not telling you the detail for zinc or iron, but we developed some very nice edibles like in energy bar format, in candy format, so that children enjoy, our ladies enjoy. So to make them, we made all this formulation and integrated with the Poshan Abhiyan, and right now I think 5,000 youngsters, they are associated with this program and going on very well. This Poshan Abhiyan and all our product. Now this is last part. Up till now we were only talking of eating and earning good money. Can we imagine that even today people in high riches, when water is frozen, they use the dry toilets. In one of the rooms in their house, they convert into the toilet, everybody goes there, and fecal material is not washed away. You enter their house, you find the foul smell. To take care of that, then our microbiologists, they went there, they developed a consortium which can function at low temperature, and it can convert those fecal material into good manure, and also it takes care of the bad foul smell of the house. And this technology was so useful that government of Sikkim, it took this technology and they are using it. Our Indian army, they started using it, and in Lahore and Spiti people started using it. So just thought I will share with our youngsters that this botanical science has so much power. It can actually make our life much better. And it can also do a lot of revenue generation. Can you believe using some of this technology, I am not sharing with all of you, 56 startup came up, and we developed around 83 technology during 7-8 years, and 40 were transferred to 88 entrepreneurs, and all of them are good, most of them are good, pretty good. So I think if somebody thinks that this plant sciences does not have power to generate entrepreneurship, I think it has a lot of power. Only thing we need to think it very carefully. And therefore, I thought that 6 letters in botany, what they should mean in today's term, it is for building a sustainable ecosystem. O in botany stands for optimizing climate resilient agriculture. It aids a lot. It is all technology, AI, ML driven transformation that we are able to do it. Academia, industry synergy, A in botany, and then it nurtures livelihood and societal well-being, and certainly it will yield the future-ready solutions. So thank you so much for your patience.
Thank you, sir, for the wonderful and informative lecture. Now I request Professor Y. Vimla ma'am to present a memento and shawl to our chief guest, Professor Sanjay Kumar sir, as a mark of remembrance from Professor Y.S. Murthy as a family. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Now I request Professor Sheshu Lavania ma'am to present a memento and shawl to Honorable Vice Chancellor Professor Sangeeta Shukla ma'am. I request Dr. Rajeshwari ma'am and Dr. Annapurna Saraswat ma'am to please join the stage. Thank you, ma'am, for the felicitations. Now I request our Honorable Vice Chancellor, ma'am, Professor Sangeeta Shukla, for her esteemed presidential address.
Sadhu Sadhu Pranam, distinguished guests, eminent scientists from India and abroad, young friends, ladies and gentlemen, I can see large number of students sitting in front of me, young budding scientists. A very warm welcome. It is indeed a proud privilege and honor for me to welcome everyone on behalf of Chaudhary Charan Singh University, Meerut, to this much-awaited 47th All India Botanical Conference of Indian Botanical Society and International Symposium on Biotic Curiosities and Functional Diversity across Plant Kingdom and Climate Change Regime, hosted by us from 16th to 18th October 2024. It is indeed a great pleasure, and I am delighted to welcome our chief guest, a great scholar. Just now we have seen his presentation connecting academia, coming up with academia industry synergy, Dr. Sanjay Kumar, Chairman, Agriculture Scientist Recruitment Board, New Delhi. Sir, I welcome you. It is indeed a privilege for me to welcome the pillars of Indian Botanical Society on the dais. Honorable President, Professor U.C. Lavanya ji, Secretary, Professor Sheshu Lavanya ma'am, Vice President, Professor Varsha Natar, Treasurer, Dr. Alok Srivastav, Chief Editor, Professor Y. Vimla, who is also a Senior Professor of this university, and the Member of Executive Council nominated by our Governor, and the Organizing Secretary, most important person on the dais, Professor Jitendra, working very hard. It gives me immense pleasure to be standing in front of you amongst the most esteemed personalities who have won accolades in their respective fields. Firstly, I would like to express my gratitude towards all of you who sincerely contributed to this event in order to make it a success. This wouldn't have been possible without the support of each and everyone present here. I would like to mention that Professor V. Puri and Professor Y. Murthy Saha, who founded the Department of Botany in Plant Sciences Division in Meerut University, organized the first conference in Meerut University in 1978 and instituted several medals for this conference. Although the society was instituted in 1920 and it remained linked with Science Congress till then. Thus, since then, the legacy of 1978 is carried forward, which is a pride moment for all of us. I think we can have a good round of applause, please. I extend my sincere gratitude to the organizers for providing a platform for this vital discourse, one that brings together global experts, researchers, enthusiasts to discuss the many facets of plant biology and biotic curiosities in the context of most pressing environmental challenges of our time, that is climate change. This is a truly unique platform for us to come together and shape the future of sustainable development. Being the Vice Chancellor of Chaudhary Charan Singh University, Meerut, I am honoured to address this forum and I am really grateful. It is my privilege and duty to introduce this university in few lines. Meerut University, Chaudhary Charan Singh University has taken several initiatives for promoting quality of higher education, and university got accredited with A++ by NAC with a high CGPA, that is 3.66 out of score, in March 2023. University has filed 48 research patents and got 4th position in India for highest number of patents in last 3 years. Chaudhary Charan Singh University is selected as one of the winners of Clarivate Indian Research Excellence Citation Award 2023, powered by Web of Science, the 9th edition for this award. It is seriously a proud moment for me to share all this. In QS University ranking 2024 in Southern Asia, we are at 219th position. and more than 65 national and international MOUs have been signed for encouraging global facilitation of higher education, academia and research initiatives, including developing an eco-friendly campus, strengthening student support. Important courses like honors and all undergraduate programs have been started. MTech, LLB, B Pharma, Forensic Science this year, Yoga Department of course, and the most important thing which we started this year is BWalk in Jewelry Design and Technology. In 2015, United Nations Sustainable Development Goals were adopted by all 193 member states of the UN. We all know that. This represented an historic commitment to work towards a better future for all, thus ensuring to protect our environment. The SDGs set up 17 integrated goals to be achieved by 2030. The idea of sustainable development was conceived when the need was felt to preserve our natural resources as they were depleting at a very faster rate. This implies that we cannot talk of harnessing scientific research, innovation and technology for sustainable development in isolation from the global aspirations and agenda. Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji reiterated on Independence speech this year that India's ambitious goal of achieving 500 gigawatts of renewable energy capacity by 2030 to reduce the impact of climate change. He emphasized that India has been the only country among G20 nations to meet its Paris Accord goals of sustainable development. This is truly meaningful when we aim to reach the people. This has the importance that the knowledge we generate, the innovations we come up with, and the technology we develop should go towards uplifting the lifestyle of the people we serve. The outcomes of this conference will therefore be very meaningful if we reach to the end users. The theme of the conference was selected to deliberate the impact of climate change in biotech community. Major adverse impacts of climate change on flora and fauna are owing to increase in temperature, change in rainfall pattern, weather hazards, decline in soil and water quality, shifting dynamics of insects, diseases, soil flora and fauna, intrusion of seawater on land, and biotic and abiotic stress arising due to the climate extremes. To address the long-term negative impact of climate change, short and medium-term impact of climatic variability on sustainable terms of life, there is a need for sustained research on increased adaptation and education, capacity building, developmental activities, and bringing necessary changes in the policies. Climate change has been perceived as one of the biggest threats to socio-economic development. The impact being more pronounced in the developing countries. The world's most climate change susceptible area is Southeast Asia. In the future, the trend of global warming will depend on human activities such as fossil fuel burning, deforestation, intensive farming, and emitting carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases. Global crop production has been noticeably hampered in recent times and might be carried out for the next few decades as a consequence of climatic abnormality. What is the imperative of studying plant diversity in the face of climate change? The plant kingdom, an incredibly diverse and functionally important group of organisms, forms the bedrock of life on Earth. From providing the oxygen we breathe to sequestering carbon dioxide to shaping ecosystem and sustaining food webs, plants are pivotal to the health of our planet. We all know that. But what are we doing? However, with climate change accelerating at an unprecedented pace, this very plants depends on and they face increasingly severe and complex changes. Across regions, plant species are being pushed to their physiological limits. Extreme temperature variations, altered precipitation patterns, increased frequency and intensity of droughts and shift in biotic interactions are affecting plant distributions, reproductive patterns and phenology. This conference comes at a critical juncture. We need to understand how plants are adapting to these changes. What are the biotic curiosities, those unexpected or novel traits emerging in response to shifting climate, how does functional diversity across the plant kingdom contribute to resilience, and what can it tell us about the future of plant ecosystem? So this is a very important platform. Biotic curiosities exploring uncharted territory, I feel. When we speak of biotic curiosities, we refer to the surprising, often unforeseen traits and behaviors that arise in plant species, and they are pushed to survive in extreme and changing environments. From altered reproductive strategies to changes in metabolic processes, plants are engaging in a complex dance with their surroundings, constantly evolving to meet new challenges. We are also witnessing the emergence of novel plant pollinators, interactions, shift in plant microbe relationship, and new associations and symbiotic partnerships. Each of these phenomena holds the potential of ecosystem-wide shift. What are the mechanisms driving these changes, and how can we use this knowledge to conserve and even restore threatened ecosystem? Functional diversity, a key to ecosystem resilience. Functional diversity, the variety of different ecological functions performed by organisms in an ecosystem, can be seen as a key to understand how ecosystems respond to these disturbances. In the face of the change, plant functional diversity plays a critical role in maintaining our ecosystem, services, etc. Thus, this conference will definitely highlight the importance of identifying and preserving the functional diversity which is critical to our planet's health. Looking ahead from knowledge to action, as we delve into the deep scientific discussions over the coming 3 days, I urge each of you to think beyond the imminent. It is not enough to simplify, catalog the ways in which plants are changing. We must translate this knowledge to action. We must ensure that research leads to tangible outcomes. By understanding functional diversity and biotic curiosities, we can develop practical solutions to mitigate the impact of climate change on plant life. Moreover, we must also think globally and collectively. Climate change is a planetary problem, and we must approach it with a unified voice. The exchange of knowledge, ideas, and innovations from various parts of this country will be very crucial in ensuring that we understand the complex dynamics at play and develop strategies that are both context-specific and scalable. Any deliberation on climate change, its impact and strategies for its mitigation and adaptation is very important for all of us. There is a need to polarize public opinion and generate awareness. In this context, this conference is timely effort by organizers, and I would like to congratulate them for this to coverage global expertise, and the opinion will, I'm sure, will be very fruitful and the outcome will be very specific. We have a profound responsibility to deepen understanding of how plants are responding to us and how this affects the broader ecological system in which they exist. I am delighted to see that this conference has been designed to focus on various scientific tracks covering major areas of temperature change, carbon cycle, water availability, soil health, pest diseases, and pathogens. This conference anticipates bringing together the global scientific community, policy makers, administrators, industry representatives, and other stakeholders for real brainstorming on these glaring issues. Let us use this conference as an opportunity, this is I'm telling for the young students, to forge new collaborations, to question existing paradigms, and to explore innovative approaches that can help mitigate the impact of climate change on plant diversity and ultimately the future of life on Earth. I look forward to the rich discussions. I'm told more than 350 participants have been registered, and I'm sure they will unfold the insights that will be shared and the collective vision it will prove to tackle these challenges ahead. With these few words, I declare this conference open for exciting deliberations. A few words for the students. आपने अभी देखा मैम ने इतने सारे citations पढ़े, इतने सारे awards में. I expect कि ये जो citations थे, इसमें आपने देखा कि आपके pillars of botany ने क्या-क्या किया, तो आप सबको वैसे ही बनना, जितना आपने अभी देखा. Thus, with these few words, I wish you all a great success. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I request Joint Organizing Secretary Professor Pankaj Kumar sir to extend vote of thanks.
I'm sorry for intervening. Before Dr. Pankaj Kumar would say a formal vote of thanks, on behalf of all of us, I would like to say thanks to Professor Sangeeta Shukla. She is here with us today. Though her citation for lifetime achievement, Stokes Award for working in toxicology, is being conferred on her at Lovely Professional University. She could not go. She said she would like to remain here. So thank you very much.
So, thank you, madam. First of all, I should congratulate the award winners of the society who are the pillars of botany in India, like Professor Sapori, Dr. P.K. Gupta sir, and others. I forgot the name. And here we have Professor Tyagi also present in this hall. So, I have been entrusted the work of vote of thanks. So, first of all, Dr. Sanjay Kumar, Chairman, Krishi, Chairman Board, Bharat Sarkar, Nai Delhi. So, you have spoken about all the plant physiology work, what you have been doing, starting from superoxide dismutase, photosynthesis, C3, C4 plants, development of C3 to C4, nitrogen use efficiency, straightening characters, and your work in Himachal Pradesh like secondary metabolites in tea and other plants, work on hing, introduction of hing in India, tulip production technology, saffron, dalchini, herbal cultivation, monk fruit, leaf, introduction of flowers in lay, immunity boosters, and like vitamins like D, vitamin D, B12, and introduction of zinc and iron fortification, and more than 56 startups you have spoken about. So who can be a better person than you to be the chief guest of this society of Botanical Society. So I thank you very much for giving time and speaking about your work in this conference as chief guest, and from your busy schedule you have taken time to come over here. So thank you, sir. I must thank Professor Sangeeta Shukla, Honorable Vice Chancellor of the University, for her constant support, review of the work what had been doing in past 6 months or so, and you have been giving us time to how to do and how to proceed. You have given funds, you have given directives for improvement all the time. So thank you, ma'am, for giving us time from the busy schedule and directions for conducting this seminar and permission for conduct of this international symposium. I must thank President of Society, Dr. U.C. Lavanya, Secretary, Dr. Sesu Lavanya, Treasurer of the Society, Alok Srivastava, for entrusting this university and giving opportunity to conduct this international symposium in this university. Dr. Y. Vimla, former Pro-Vice Chancellor of the University and Chief Editor of Journal of Indian Botanical Society. So thank you, ma'am, for giving us time and direction. Your supervision has been for great work for us. I must thank registrar, finance controller of this university, deans and directors, HODs, faculty members of the university and students. And most importantly, participants who came across from all over the India and from abroad to participate in this seminar and making the success of this seminar. So there have been various committees of the seminar, and all the committee members are thankfully, their work is thankfully acknowledged. Dr. Jiten Singh, Organizing Secretary and HOD of the Microbiology Department, and he has been working tirelessly for conduct of this symposium. We have been there for more than 17 years in Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel University, and we have organized several seminars and trainings together. So I thank him for his work. Dr. Anjali Malik, Treasurer of the workshop. Press and media is thankfully acknowledged. Directly or indirectly, whoever have been contributed in this seminar, their work is duly recognized and thanks are due to them. Sponsors of the seminars, very important is that finance is very important for the seminar. So sponsors of the seminar, DBT, DSP Sir, CSIR, BSI Kolkata. PM USA has also given funds for this seminar, and some private partners like High Media, Genetics, Modern Scientifics, Delhi Hospitals and so on. So I thank one and all who have contributed directly or indirectly to this seminar, and I hope the deliberations during the seminar will be fruitful and the participants will have comfortable stay at Meerut, and if any difficulties are there, it is on our part, and you let us know. We will try to make the things easier. So thank you very much. Thanks one and all.
Thank you, sir. Now this marks the end of inaugural session. I request everyone to stand at their places for national anthem.
पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नाम जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा
Thank you all. There will be a group photo outside the hall followed by high tea. Please be back after half an hour for first scientific